Adeboye have finally burst in the early hours today as Nigerian youth have finally come out to say no, enough is enough. After the secret of Bola Ahmed Tinubu and his cabas have finally come out, their secret have finally showcased in the early hours today, and Nigerian youth and everybody in Nigeria say no to all this criminality that is going on. But at the same time, Pastor Adeboye have finally come out amid the suffering that Tinubu and his cabinet are imposing on Nigerians. Adeboye have finally come out. The Redeemed Christian Church General Overseer have finally come out to speak out, and what he said made the Nigerian youth to chase him out of the church in the early hour of today in Kaduna. So I'd like us to stay connected to the end of this video. If you can share this video, ensure you share to different social media platforms. Let it go viral. I'll be showing you all the videos in this video. You will see everything yourself, and if you cannot share it, just like it as you're watching it. Give it a thumb up so that it will be recommended for us. But stay connected. Coming back again.
Welcome you back to LAJUPOG TV.
I don't have bad news for you today.
The home of religious gossip.
Adeboye, you should leave your fight for Mohammed.
What is happening in the Christendom? Join now. It makes sense with LAJUPOG.
Hello my great and wonderful viewers, welcome back to LAJUPOG TV. For those of you coming across this channel for the very first time, ensure you click the registration button that is showing on your video screen right now, and do well to click the notification bell icon so that whenever we drop a new video after some time, YouTube will easily let you to know. A lot is happening right now in the political zone. Nigeria is boiling right now. If you're in Nigeria, you do not know what is going on right now. That shows that you're lacking information, and information is power. Whether we like it or not, in the state of Nigeria right now, you need to know everything that is happening just for you to be in a safer side. Now, Bola Ahmed Tinubu is in serious trouble right now. You know, it was few days ago that Tinubu sent FEMI to come out and make the announcement to the public space that social media will be regulated, and anybody that criticizes Tinubu will be sent to 3 years imprisonment and all of that. And all these things are said amidst the suffering that Nigerians are undergoing. We've seen a situation few days ago, a lot of things happened. We've seen a situation where protesters emerged in Minna, Niger State, and at the end of the day, the protesters protested for their fundamental human right, which is the security and the food aspect. Poverty is in the country. People cannot afford to eat this women, and at the end of the day, they arrest some of the protesters. You can see what is happening, but the worst have finally happened. The worst of the worst have finally happened in the early after the Pastor Adeboye was chased out of the church in Kaduna just because of what he said. You will see the video in this very video. Just stay connected to the end of this video. If you can share this video, ensure you share it to different social media platforms. Let it go viral, and if you can share it as you're watching it, just like it, give it a thumb up so that it will be recommended for us. You know, it's normally news that a lot of shenanigans and a lot of criminality is ongoing in the auction, but whether we like it or not, whether you know or not, criminality is the call of the day, and you will see everything in this video. If you are for APC, you are for Labour Party, you are for this, you are for that, let's forget about the party thing. Nobody is having any party here. Let's face the reality that they are put on us in Nigeria, the reality that Mamo Yakubu have put on us, because a lot of people in the earlier of today, they are boasting and blasting INEC chairman, the person of Mamo Yakubu. They are causing him, they are making a cause a tone. You know, we have a lot of tones, and they are causing this guy a cause a tone on Twitter. They said it won't be well with this guy called Mamo Yakubu because they believe that he sold the vote to the highest bidder, he sold the election, he sold the votes of all Nigerians, and they said he will never see peace. As if that is not enough, as all those things are going, Pastor Adeboye came out after Femi Falana came out. You know, Femi Falana came out a few hours ago where he exposed everything, the subsidy that is removed, where the money is going to, how they mafiaing and they sharing it, how they are knifing it in the auction by Tinubu and his cabinet, and they are coming out to be telling Nigerians to be enduring and all of that. You know, it was 3 days ago I told you that Tinubu's daughter went to Granada in Spain to lavish more than 2 billion naira. We don't know where the money come from, and he spent it on her birthday and all of that, and nothing is being done. And as if that is not enough, Nigerian politicians in the Asarok, they are mafiaing money. Where is the money of the subsidy that is removed some time ago? That is when Tinubu entered into power. Where is the money going to? Where is the money being allocated to? Why is Nigeria still suffering? Femi Falana exposed everything. But as Femi Falana exposed everything, Adeboye came out. Adeboye, the pastor of the Redeemed Christian Church, came out, and he said a lot of rubbish. We call it rubbish because it is rubbish. Rubbish is rubbish. We call a spade a spade. Adeboye is one of the pastors that I will never like anybody dragging in Nigeria. I don't like people to be dragging this man because it's an elderly man that have made impact before. But that doesn't mean that we should not call the truth the truth. Let's call a spade a spade. If you attend Adeboye church, don't pick offense. And if you pick offense, I apology on this video. But the fact remains the fact. Adeboye said a lot of rubbish that made them to drag him out of the church in the early afternoon. So just stay connected to the end of this video. You will hear what FEMI Falana exposed. Everywhere shake in the early afternoon. If you can share this video, ensure you share it. Share to different social media platforms. And if you cannot share, just like it as you're watching it, so that will be recommended for us. Just stay connected on the videos. I'm coming back again.
Mr. President, and you must ask for explanation on this. In December 7, this regime, Tinubu administration, gave out 135 billion naira to governors to fight COVID-19 in 2023. You know what I'm talking about? Last December, they gave out 123 billion. No, 235. You can go to fight COVID-19. Furthermore, and this must be our demand from here. This regime must, if we have to go to the street, it's so fundamental. This regime must comrade, must. Yes. We are house. The gains of the removal of first subsidy and channel it towards alleviating the poverty of our people. What I mean is this. Again, you can Google. In April last year, what the three tiers of government, the federal government, the state government, and local government shared was 655 billion in April. When subsidy was removed, right? First subsidy. Since June, according to the Minister of Finance, you can go, there's no month that less than 1 trillion has been shared. As a matter of fact, you can quote me on this. In June last year, what they shared was 1.9 trillion. They were balanced when they got to Abuja. Where is this money come from? They had to save 900 billion and shared, please, and shared 1 trillion in December last year. You know, the governors came to Lagos to celebrate with Governor President Bola. Are you aware? Yes. That month, what was shared was 1.7 trillion. That is apart from the 1.5 billion I just told you about. So if anybody tells you Nigerians must sacrifice but there's no money, tell them what they are saying is wrong. Push it. So what we should be demanding, where are the gains of subsidy? Do you understand me? When we have a situation like this, a little situation under Abacha, as bad as Abacha was, set of what we call the PTF. You understand me? Yes, sir. The gains of fuel increase there was kept and used to address infrastructural crisis in the country. So this time around, we are demanding for our right, because what they told us, all of us, subsidy is gone. They said the gains of subsidy will be used to address the problems of unemployment, of insecurity, of food crisis, and so on and so forth. But today, the people have been forgotten. These National Assembly people who are pretending in the last few days, senators called, the managers of the economy, House of Rep called them, and they addressed the press. before they went there. Gave themselves a 160 million naira jeep, each of them.
Yes. Yeah.
And I'm going to throw a challenge to you, comrades. The budget of National Assembly this year was 178 billion naira. The National Assembly members themselves rewrote the budget and raised it to 344 billion. And they pretend, oh, that we have to suffer together. We understand your pain. We are addressing your problem. Liars. It is a lie. Unless you demand for your rights, nobody will give you your rights.
Yeah.
I think Falana made the point.
Yes.
Nobody, human rights is not my property. Nobody can dash you. Yes. So we must end this.
And a couple of months ago, the Minister of Finance and the coordinating Minister of the Economy, Mr. Wale Edun, did announce publicly that since the removal of fuel subsidy, there has been no month that the money shared by the three tiers of government has been less than 1 trillion naira. Whereas in April last year, before the removal, the amount shared by FAC was 655 billion naira. In July, the amount shared was meant to be shared was 1.9 trillion naira. But the federal government and the state government, in their wisdom, felt we will keep part of this money. So we'll keep 900 billion naira while we will share 1 trillion naira. In December, the amount shared was 1.7 trillion naira. So if at the end of the day, the government of the federation, and I'm talking of the three tiers of government, is smiling to the bank or banks with what is between 500 and 1 trillion naira additional funds, members of the public are entitled to the benefit of the removal, because that was the promise. We are removing fuel subsidy so that the money wasted, on importation of fuel will be channeled towards the development of the country, to address infrastructural challenge, to alleviate poverty, and so on and so forth. And what we are simply asking, not from the federal government alone, from the state governments, local governments, where are the benefits of fuel subsidy removal? Simple and straightforward. I'm not concocting figures. These are the figures in the public domain.
But where do we look if to ask for these monies and how it has been spent? Before the removal, if the allocation between 2022 and 2023, if you compare the figures, it seems to there are about 3 trillion naira difference in what accrued or what was shared at FAC, and that those will be asking question, where are this money? Just rightly that you have asked, how do we then be able to ask who of how the money was spent? Who should we be asking? Is it the federal government or the state government or the local government?
So I have made my own point based on figures oozing out of power, for the seat of power. It is now left for the media and Nigerian people to find out where are the gains of fuel subsidy removal. And it's so simple and straightforward. And we are also demanding that on a monthly basis, as was the practice in the past, the Office of the Accountant General of the Federation must publish what goes to every tier of government. That was a culture in the past. At a stage, we were told the government was going to be run in a rather opaque manner. But we are saying there can be no opacity in governance because Section 22 of the Constitution, in fact, has imposed a duty on the media to promote transparency and accountability in the government. So you have a duty. And the media are compelled to demand on a monthly basis what goes to every tier of government. And then we compare what was being earned before first subsidy removal and what is paid to the federation account after subsidy removal. You will recall, at a stage, for several months or even for almost a year, the NNPC did not remit any fund, any money to the federation account. But now we are told we're no longer spending on subsidy, subsidizing fuel. Therefore, this is what we are making per month. And so, just like the federal government is saying, we are giving a 35,000 naira to workers, even though we are told now that only 2 months have been paid. So we also expect state governments, local governments to also announce what we call palliatives. But for me, I think the ideal thing would have been if we are now making between 500 billion naira and 1 trillion naira, can we share 50%? While the remaining 50% will be warehoused by an agency of the government, manned by credible people in the society to address challenges in the area of education, in the area of health, road, network, and so on and so forth, so that we can see the advantage, unquote, of subsidy removal. Many of us, some of us, were stridently opposed to the removal because there's no society, there's no country in the world where government does not subsidize one product or the other, even in the most advanced capitalist societies. And that is why Nigerians must now begin to ask the government to discard and jettison the deleterious programs and policies of the IMF and World Bank. Because just yesterday, the IMF was asking the government remove first subsidy in its entirety and also increase electricity tariff, whereas the government had told the nation and the IMF and World Bank, come, the political atmosphere in the country is not conducive to electricity tariff because our people are suffering. The government is subsidizing the discourse. The IMF should be interested in that because we are required to pay the loan in 3 years, 4 years, between 2023 and 2027. So the IMF should be interested in that and stop mounting pressure on the government to multiply the hardship of Nigerians. And the government must summon the courage to tell this institution to mind their business and allow our country to be run in the interest of our country. In the interest of Nigerians, because the Constitution, Section 16, has stipulated that the government of Nigeria shall be under a legal obligation to plan the economy of Nigeria, to run the economy of Nigeria in order to promote happiness, not sadness, as it is the case now. And this wonderful country has enormous human and natural resources. If well husbanded, we should have no business with poverty. This, apart from the Price Control Act, you also have the Federal Consumer Protection Commission. these two bodies are set up to regulate prices, protect consumers from unwarranted exploitation. So unless those laws are repealed, we have a duty to go to court, and that was exactly what I did. And the court has given its judgment.
Mr. Falana, so
yes,
yeah. So let me jump in quickly. You were recorded to have. Then there's an inference being drawn to your comment as to asking citizens to rise up in some kind of social revolution on the policies of the government of the day in terms of what has become a worrying situation in the price of commodities. Is that exactly what you are asking the Nigerian citizens to do as a response to what is going on in the land? A social revolution. Is that what you are saying?
Now, in I think Niger State, there was a protest. Of course, there have been protests in many parts of the country without my knowledge. And the governor ordered the arrest of the protesters. The APC Secretariat has issued a statement to the fact that the protests against the rising cost of living in our country are sponsored by some opposition or named opposition political parties. And all I've said is that it is the duty of Nigerians, it is the right of Nigerians to express themselves either through protest or writing articles or whatever. We fought against obtaining police permit to protest in Nigeria. What the law now says, section 84 subsection 3 of the Police Establishment Act of 2020 is that during protest, the police shall provide security for the participants in such protests. And I'm saying Nigerians should be allowed to protest against injustice, against inimical economic programs and policies. And it's a legitimate demand. It is therefore a challenge to the government to move speedily to address the complaints of the people and not read political motivation.
Thank you for staying connected, my great and wonderful viewers. You can hear what Femi Falana said in that video. Now you'll be asking yourself, what is Adeboye concerned regarding all these things? Now, looking at your video screen, you will see what Adeboye said. That is what he said. Look at it on your video screen. You will see it, and they even make it on post. The video show Facebook, they make the post, and that is what you're seeing right now. Does it really make sense to you? Drop your opinion in the comment section of this video. For Adeboye to be coming on that it is prayer that Nigerian now, that Nigerians need prayer, that Tinubu is trying his best. Why should Adeboye say that Tinubu is trying his best? It's just that some spiritual forces are the one behind it. Which spiritual forces? Adeboye need to be precise to Nigeria. The Redeemed Church General Overseer need to be precise to Nigeria, so that we will know the spiritual forces that are behind the whole fact. Now, he said Tinubu is trying his best, and in the same administration of Bola Ahmed Tinubu, they are mafiaing billions of naira. You can hear the figures that Femi Falana said in this very video. You listen to the video. If you cannot hear him very well, go back to the video. You will hear what Femi Falana said. He said they mafiaed 135 billion this December for COVID that have passed. Which COVID are they not talking about? Is it the COVID that have passed many years ago that they are still allocating money for in Nigeria? You can see the level of embezzlement, the issue of better edu. Do you hear anything about the issue again? Do you hear anything about the issue of the billions of naira that better edu and some other politicians, the female politicians like Sadiq and all of that, the money that they stole? Do you hear anything about it again? That is what is happening in this country. They remove subsidy. Where is the subsidy money going to? Where is he going to? Tinubu left Abuja to Lagos in December to do New Year and all of that. You can see the way governors flood into Lagos, and according to what FEMI Falana said, they shared 1.7 trillion. This money is your money and my money, and they are telling Nigerians that there's no money outside that the Nigerians should be bearing with them. These people are enjoying life. Now, Adeboye should come and tell us those money that they are sharing, is it demon that is sharing the money? The money that these people are mafiaing in the public fund. Since Adeboye said that it is a spiritual force that is behind it, that is why the work of Tinubu is not showing forth. He should come and tell us which spiritual force is spending the money that Nigerians are supposed to use to alleviate poverty and all of that. He should come and tell us the demon that is mafiaing the money in the Aso Rock. These people are spending our money, they are mafiaing our money according to what FEMI Falana said in this video. They spend over billions of naira, trillions of naira. As at now, they stole 3.something trillion naira and they shared among themselves. And someone is out there in the name of the fact that is a man of God and telling us that it is the demon that is behind all these things, and these people are sharing the money and they are living a better life, and Nigerians are in street suffering. People cannot afford to eat 2 square meals. People cannot afford to live a good life. Even civil servants are suffering. Salary is not being paid, and a lot of things is crumbling in Nigeria. There's economy downfall, economic crisis. There's inflation. There's high in price of commodity of good. What you bought in the market for 2 naira yesterday, you go back to that same market today. They will tell you that the price have changed to 1,000 naira. Where on earth is this happening? Not for Nigeria. And they are saying that they should allow the poor to breathe. That's opposite of what Tinubu said. The poor is not breathing in the country. There's no oxygen for the poor to breathe. Poverty have shocked everybody. The poverty rate of Nigeria has skyrocketed, and this money is available. But there are some people in the Aso Rock chamber that is mafiaing all these things, and someone is out there telling us that we should be praying for the country. Whether you like it or not, let's call it spade a spade. We will keep praying for this country. Do you know how many years that they have been praying for Nigeria, pray for the peace of Nigeria, pray for the poverty of Nigeria, pray for this, pray for that? Since we have been praying for Nigeria, are you telling us that God is not answering the prayer of Nigerians? God is answering the prayers of Nigeria. Even Nigeria matter have tired God. God have said it, he have answered the prayer of Nigeria. But even when God answered the prayer of Nigeria, there are still some people in the Aso Rock chamber that are mafiaing the dividends of the prayer. You are there in church wasting your time praying for Nigeria when action is needed. According to what Omoyele Sowore said, it is only action that can make things right in this Nigeria. And at the end of the day, Adeboye is coming out telling us that we should pray against one demon, pray against that. Where on earth is this happening? You know, I said it earlier on. I said, if you are for Redeemed Christian Church of God, I'm not castigating your pastor. Adeboye is one of the pastors in Nigeria that when I see them dragging him, I always feel bad, because this man is a man of God that have done a lot of things as far as the kingdom thing is concerned, and this man have made a lot of positive impact. But maybe it is age that is telling on him and all of that, because it is the same Adeboye that came out some days ago and he made it not in a public television. He said the member of the church that their colleagues in this year 2024, they will come and beg them for food. Are you praying for others to be begging others for food? Are you not praying for the betterment of everybody? So if I'm not going to your church now, I need to be begging your church members for food. That's what Adeboye said, and I believe maybe it is age that is telling on this man. It is the same Adeboye that came out and missed the suffering that is ongoing in Nigeria. I missed everything, and he's still telling Nigerians to be praying for Tinubu, that Tinubu is trying his best, and Tinubu is there when they are mafiaing the money, and Tinubu is there when the dividends of the subsidy that was removed came and they sharing it among themselves. And you are telling us that the Tinubu is trying that, it is only some spiritual forces that is not making it to be working out and all of that. Go and sit down. That's what we're saying in this video. Just go and sit down. If you do not have a good opinion or anything regarding what is happening in Nigeria, you shut up. That's what is happening. If we do not have a solution, don't come and give us the old stories again, the old shit of pray for Nigeria, pray for this, pray for that. Nigeria did not need the prayer of anybody. Nigeria need action, according to Omoyele Sowore. So drop your opinion in the comment section on this video. Looking at what FEMI Falana said compared to what Adeboye said, drop your opinion in the comment section on this video. These people have eaten Nigeria up. As I'm going out there to get another thing for you, ensure you follow me on my social media handles on Facebook at LAJUPOG TV and LAJUPOG Entertainment, and on Instagram at LAJUPOG. Guess what, guys? See you in my next video. Bye.
I see the hot for my body, I say make I yarn you. Religious gossip plenty day for body. Pastor where the line on top, be pastor for LAJUPOG Watch TV. Pastor where the bar, where politician where they do pass himself. Corrupt leader, all the while you waiting for church. All as LAJUPOG Watch TV.